So I spend long times away at sea. So Elspeth is at home and feeling a little bit hard done by. So I give her a webcam, and she starts to perform. She sets this webcam up in the kitchen, and she starts to perform this sync songs, it's called. So she becomes this internet star, global internet star, and this company approach her to be the face of their product, and she goes off, and I come home, and the children are left there, and with a nanny, and I get rid of the nanny, and I basically look after the kids. But Elspeth doesn't tell me that she leaves the webcam on, so all of these people around the world are watching me burning the house down, basically wrecking the place with the kids, and it's very, very funny. We all love these stories, these are wonderful family, ups and downs, tears and sadness and happiness, and it's one of those great stories. But it's got the songs, these great brilliant songs throughout the whole film. So I think people are going to come out feeling fulfilled. They're going to be able to relate to the story, they're going to understand it. It's real life, it's a real life story. It's a wonderful romantic comedy. There's a lot of humour in it. There's a lot of silliness. I have been pushed. You're going to see me in ways I've never been seen before, and angles and body parts of me that have never been seen before. I don't want to give anything away, but it's disturbing. Okay. I play a character called James Dickens. I'm a marine biologist studying whales in the Antarctic, married to Elspeth Dickens, who's the star of the movie. So basically, I spend a lot of time at sea, studying the whales, and I'm a bit of a warrior as well. I believe in saving the whales. So I do a bit of work with a Greenpeace type crew. So I spend a lot of time, running off to save the whales. The relationship between James and Elspeth, I think it happens a lot in real life. I mean, I spend a lot of time on the road, and I know what it's like, because there must be some syndrome. Some scientist around the world must have come up with this, because trying to reinsert yourself in family life is not an easy thing, and you don't do it on day one or day two. It takes time. It takes a few days to insert yourself back into your family life again. So I felt that. I know what that's like. So maybe that's how I could slip into this role like I did. I chose Goddess because it felt like a very natural transition, with the music involvement as well as acting. It wasn't as much as a shock to the system for me. So being able to get involved in the music, actually singing in the movie, and then helping with the album and the soundtrack, it was like I was in my comfort zone there. Obviously, the acting was a whole other thing, and day by day, I came to terms with that. Well, let me tell you, Laura is one of the best singers I've ever worked with. I mean, she has a stunning voice, and she works hard at it. She has the most magnificent, brilliant voice. So really, I mean, by no means do I feel I'm the best in this area. But it was nice working with people, that don't sing, and that I could help them and guide them along the way. There's just a couple of tips that I gave Magda, and I hope it helped her, just to try and let her feel more comfortable and just get the best out of her vocal. Laura Michelle is a dream to work with, I have to say. I know it's my first film and I don't have anything to gauge it on, but she's really helped me, in every scene that we're in together, because she's so giving and so generous. She's allowed me to bounce off her, with my dialogue, and sometimes we've just let things run a little bit, and it's really worked. And we've got a good chemistry together on screen. I think it feels quite natural. Yeah, well, I mean, there was parts of it that were quite musical based, and I just wanted to try and make them a little bit more mainstream, so that you could almost hear these songs played on the radio, because it would be lovely if some of the radio stations picked up on some of the songs and played them. I mean, it's great promo for the film, but also you want to feel good about what you've done, and I want to. This is what I do for a living. I make music, and God, if I can't help there, well then what am I doing here? in my business, it's late nights. It's always late nights, and you sleep in the morning. Every day on set, up at 4:30, 5 a.m. Oh my God, I turn up bags on. I was just wrecked every day, exhausted. You get used to it because then you end up getting up early, so you end up falling asleep early, and so you automatically get up early then after. So after about a week of it, I started to come to terms with it. But the first week was a shock.